Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a match between Time and Serral here on Eternal Empire, the latter edition. Bottom left, it is Serral. Top right, we've got Time. Alright, so it's China versus Finland here today. And it's a bit of an older replay, but I figure I would like to see and cast a long ZVT featuring Serral, and this is the only one that showed up in my replay folder from the recent past, so this is what we're going to do. Alright, hit that like button if you're excited to see Serral in a macro ZVT game against a player that gives him fits for some reason. Time has never, ever won a WCS or ESL championship. But man, he is so good at TVZ. Maybe his weakness is TVT and TVP, but man. Anyway, barracks coming up inside the main base. We've got a hatchery on the low ground as a part of the 16-18-17 build for Serral. And checking for proxies. Here is Serral. He respects Time immensely, apparently. Drone scouting from elite Zerg players against a Terran player. You don't do it unless you're very, very scared of their proxying capabilities. So, Time here should be very respected, or feel very respected and very honored that Serral did drone scout for his proxy, but not proxying today. That is for sure. Man. Alright, Reaper coming out. Reaper name. We've got one there ready to go for you here. And the SCV doing the right thing, scouting across to see if this was in fact a 12 pool or if it was a 16 hatch, and it was a 16 hatch based on the fact that there's creep here, so that's all you need to know. Reaper cruising down. This Reaper's name is Clem. Turns out that's why he's so good at this game. He went into the game to get the first-hand perspective. Well, I mean, that seems risky, but, you know, it's totally cool. Seems to have worked out pretty well. High five there from the SCV. The Reaper communicating. Overlord sees where the Reaper is. And Drone actually... Wow, where are you going, Drone? Ah, Drone was trying to juke back around. Trying to juke back around to get that third base down, but the Reaper spotted him. And the Reaper said no, and he's denying the third base. I talk about this a lot. I really want more Terran players to do this. Throwing on the creep tumor position where it's not, you know, ideal creep spread positioning, but it is going to be protected from the Reaper here. Ugh. Quick pause. Need a drink of water. Hang on. All right. Yeah, the Reaper successfully blocks the third base. Shooting away the Queen to buy more time. The base is being blocked. 3 minutes passed. And finally, at 3 minutes and 14 seconds, the third base goes down. All right. Good use of the Reaper, in my opinion. Third base coming up. Sub 3 minutes. So Time is going for a macro play here. Harassing with the Hellions. Maybe with some Cloak Banshees. We'll have to wait and see what's going on here. Knocking down your own unbuildable plate. Is that what it is on this map? Unbuildable plates. Yes, it is. Unbuildable plates. Looks jank on this map, doesn't it? It's kind of like, does somebody toss down a great PNG? It's like clipping through. It's not great. Not good. Not good. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Wait. The Overlord comes in and we're faking Cloak Banshee. Oh, look at this. Oh, Serral thinks it's Cloak Banshee because Cloak's coming up, but that's a Liberator. Hot move. Loving the hot move here from Time. That's fantastic. So now Serral's going to invest in detection. He's going to want to get an Overseer up when he doesn't need one at all because this is actually going to be a Liberator instead. Overlord comes in for another peek. Says, oh.
Add-on complete.
You're still researching there. Cool. So this is definitely going to be Cloak Banshee. But guess what? Surprise! It is not. It is definitely going to be a Liberator, and actually... Oh, yeah, for sure. That's canceled. That is a canceled upgrade because, yeah, there we go. There's the swap. There's the swap. We just got to keep the Overlord out now because he's going to recognize the timing doesn't make any sense. So, Siege Tank, Liberator, Marines being produced, Stim coming in. This is kind of awesome. I like this opening from Time. Again, Time just gives Serral the most fits in ZVT. I mean, Morrow does, obviously, yes. Innovation gives him some rough times, too. The Overlord's like, what? You were supposed to be a Banshee. What is happening here? Ah, it is mass trickery. Also, no spores or anything at this base. Okay, sweet. So that's a dead drone. That queen took a shot. Oh, the queen died, and that drone dead, too. Oh, could have got another drone kill. Let's even get a queen before you have to get out of there. 1, 2... nope, but drones. And now we're just sacking the Liberator here. All right, that was pretty good. That was pretty good stuff. That was not a bad attack for the Liberator at all. Fourth base coming in from Serral about 5.5 minutes. Third base landing. Overlord sees it. Overlord with speed, which, again, it's been speed for a while. The speed upgrade definitely being prioritized here from Serral, but that's what you want to do. So what are Serral's plans? He's got a Baneling Nest going for centrifugal hooks. He is definitely planning for some Marines to kill with said Banelings, and guess what? There's a good number of Marines to kill with said Banelings. There are 8 Marines out, with 4 more being produced simultaneously. Starport getting a reactor for the medevacs, and all is well here in Terranville right now. Zerglings, yeah, you're not getting through here. This is nicely walled off. Is that clipping through? So that supply depot is definitely clipping through the bottom of the map here. Interesting. I'm not sure that I've ever seen that before. We're seeing some weird stuff today in this replay. I like it. I like it a lot. Is that Dropper Lords? I see you, Dropper Lord. Oh, a Baneling Dropper Lord play. Alright, here goes nothing. Overlord, speed. He has drop capabilities researched. He's not moving out, which is fine. I mean, this Overseer's trying to see what's going on. Is there anything like any missile turrets over here or anything like that? Dude, this Dropper Lord has to go. You can't drag him over to the Dropper Lord, Overseer. Overseer's like, okay, there's no missile turrets. I say we go for it, man. I don't know what he's waiting for. Okay, it's time to go now, as Time is distracted by this attack coming up the front. These are some overstimmed Marines, man. What are you so overstimmed for? Honestly, though. Alright, so this, yep, here we go. Ready for the action. I am. Oh, the pull is perfect from Time. He sees it coming, gets out of there. And starts building a turret for future attacks. Excellent. Alright, so these Lings and Banelings are trying to flank here. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, he sees a Ling over here, and he's like, wait a second. Wait a second, what's going on? And Serral has to go early, prematurely here, but oh, from all directions. Goodbye. Goodbye, Siege Tank. These Marines are probably alive, but that Siege Tank is toast. The medevac picks everybody else up, and yeah, Zerg player gets out of there, but Time did end up losing a bunch of stuff. He's got a 4th base under construction right now. Got Drilling Claws on the way too. Got +1/+1 finishing up right now for the melee and the ground carapace upgrades. And it's 6 Mutalisks out of Serral. And +1 flyer attack too. So he's going to go for Muta-ling-bane here, which, yeah, these Banelings just not accomplishing a ton as it turns out. Wow, that's rough. Okay, so Serral's lost some resources here for no reason whatsoever. Hasn't really gotten good trades for that at all, but he did wipe out the entirety of Time's army that one time. That was great. So killing that first army is nice. It means you don't die. It's the basic requirement for not dying. Is there enough to defend this? That's probably a lift on the command center. Nah, enough Marines. Got Hellbat in there too. Armory obviously complete. The Mutalisk flock is out. They are looking for stuff to murder, as per usual. And yeah, Ling-bane Muta here. If you want to see some good Muta control, watch Serral Muta control. Some of the best in the whole world, honestly. Lings think about doing stuff, decide not to, thanks to the presence of a single siege tank. So Time's got his 4th base rolling. It's a planetary fortress upgraded now, and that's going to be hard for the Zerg player to break for sure. Alright, well I guess the Mutas are patrolling for medevacs. The nice thing about having Mutalisks out or Corruptors out is that they're really good against medevacs. And really can dissuade even an elite Terran player from going for those drops too heavily. And in fact, I don't know that we're going to see much tried that way by Time here whatsoever. So here come the Mutalisks. Their +1 attack is finishing up. I guess Serral was waiting for +1 to finish. More effective against turrets, more effective against Marines that way. But that's a lot of Marines, and we're just going to back the heck on out. Don't mind us. Don't mind us at all. Yeah, so just individual groups of Marines, like 1 or 2, 3 of them, sure. Can do. This group knows about these guys somehow. And all those lings die, or most of them do, and there's really not left. Now they're all dead. Okay, not enough lings left to really accomplish anything whatsoever. Creep spread from Serral is excellent. All of his bases are connected. He's taking this bottom right and spreading creep up this direction to make sure that it's connected here too. Time needs to get something done now. He just does. He cannot let Serral just be maxed out on all the bases he wants with all the creep spread he wants. I know that early attack got wiped out. I understand this concern that you have. But honestly, you need to go. I know that going when there's Mutalisks flying around is a very hard thing to psychologically get yourself up for, but it's time. We've got Widow Mines. Oh, he tried to draw the friendly fire there. Almost got it. That was pretty good. These Banelings, though. Oh, a bunch of canceled Banelings here. Getting through the Great Wall of Supply Depots, but there's a Thor back and Marines. Well defended by Time, and this is where things start getting a little bit crazy. Widow Mines burrowing at the front. It's a ton of Marines. Time is maxed out himself on largely these Marines. Oh, Lings get through because your front door was open. Okay, so Lings get into that natural base. They're going to wreak some havoc there. Banelings are trying to come up, and again at the front here. Not a great place for them to morph in, unfortunately. Ling's trying to fight against these SCVs while Marines are attacking them from the backside. Serral's attention is not perfectly there. Magic boxes a Thor loses. Wow, 3 or 4 or 5 Mutalisks or more there. That's brutal stuff. The 4th base of Serral does go down. Lings and Banes cruising through trying to connect on a few of these Marines, but the splitting by Time, as always, is excellent. Oh, look at this splitting. I mean, there are enough Banelings to cause problems here, but they are not getting good trades because of the splits. These Lings burrowed on in. 0 kills on that one. 0 kills on that one. Great stuff. Time. Okay. Remember now I was like, Time needs to make something happen. This is him making something happen. Queen's going down. Mutalisks coming to the front. Not what they want to do. They don't want to directly engage with this particular army at all. +2/+2s for these guys. The Banelings are cruising on through. Widow Mines not able to burrow before they are taken down by said Banelings, and all the Banelings are gone, but guess what? All the Terran army is gone as well. This Zergling trying to take down Time's attempt at a 12 o'clock base. These Lings unburrow and try to get some damage done. They killed a single Marine. How adorable. Entirely adorable. So Serral's down to 163 supply, but Time lost about 50 supply during that attack. Serral is replacing his 4th base down here, or is it 5th? I don't know. 6th base is still alive, not saturated. He hasn't had time to saturate that one yet at all. Planetary Fortress at the 12 o'clock for Time is coming in quite nicely, as was prophesied. +3/+3 coming in for Serral. For his, for his Lings, his Banes, and his Ultralisks, which if we don't get an Ultralisk Cavern, I'm going to be a little bit surprised about that. He doesn't even have Hive Tech, though, so that's a problem. Good Widow Mine hits. If you're playing against a Zerg player who's going Mutalisks, Widow Mines are your best friend. They just are. They force the Mutalisks to be so careful. If they're not perfectly careful all the time, you're going to lose a couple Mutalisks on every single Widow Mine fire hit. 2 of them together is enough, actually, to take out a single Mutalisk with the damage. So if they're clumped, you can take out 2 or 3 of them with that clump. 1 Widow Mine, not scary enough, but 2, yes. I like how Serral's using the burrow here. Honestly going pretty well. Alright, so Time once again says that last attack was pretty successful. Once again, drops really struggle a lot when there's Mutalisks about. Serral's attempt at a 7th base on this left side gets completely shut down. The attack on the 6th base also shut down, as we previously saw. Adrenal glands getting started. Oh, there was a hive. Oh, it's right here. I'm dumb. Hive tech available for Serral. Yes. Is he making an Ultralisk Cavern? The answer is not yet, but again, could not possibly be surprised by that outcome here based on what we're seeing out of Time. It is a pretty heavy Marauder count. But see, the trick for the Terran is if you keep pumping Marauders, expecting an Ultralisk tech switch, then the Mutas are going to be way more effective because the Marine count will be lower. So it's a tricky thing to balance. But we do get an Ultralisk Cavern getting started here from Serral. Here at the 3rd base, the Mutas are gonna... Oh, that drone was trying to expand. He's dead now. Yeah, Mutas trying to get what damage they can, trying to stay alive, because from this point on, gas is going to be going towards Ultralisks and not towards Mutas. I can tell you that much. Not enough investment there. Decent attack down here at the 6th base. Oh, and at this... Oh, Rich Vespine Geyser base. And a bit of a drop here at Serral's natural. Dude, time is everywhere. The army does deal with the bottom right 6th base, but the Rich Vespine Geyser base 4th goes down. Mutalisks are here to deal with the Marauders, but 13 drones have been killed here. This group is all dead because they are incredibly overstimmed and very squishy. Like as squishy as Zerglings, kind of, and they all do get completely wiped out. The Banelings are a waste. And Serral does push back there a little bit. Resources lost are 26,000 for Serral and 16,000 for Time. Income currently in Time's favor, but I imagine that's going to be a result of mules. So the trick here so far is that Time has killed a couple hatcheries, this one twice, and there have been no Terran bases killed today, and that's where you start to have problems. If you're Serral, is if you're losing bases that you have to replace and your opponent is not losing any bases at all, and you're kind of forced to expend these Baneling heavy armies onto the enemy armies, and the Banelings don't come back when they die, it can start to hurt you economically. Serral's getting, I think this is an 8th base. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is the 7th. Yeah, bottom right is the 6th. Yeah. Okay, so yes, we were counting this one. It's also been killed, so the Ultras are coming in, but we only have 1, 2, 3 of them. It's only 3 Ultralisks, not 8 or 10. Time's able to double expand here, taking this top left. I mean, this is super well defended here. Time going for the Rich Vespine Geyser on his side of the map, and Time is in a position to win this game. I know Serral is the better player. He's got the better rating. He's got the better accomplishments. But again, Time can really give Serral fits, and that's what he's doing. That is what I'm giving you here today. I don't know who wins this thing. I don't remember. This is like a fall 2000 replay, so heaven knows. I wouldn't be shocked if Serral won this whole series, but as far as the single game goes, your guess is good as mine. Serral taking the Rich Vespine Geyser base on the right side here. Another push coming in. This top left base does not happen thanks to the Mutalisk, but this push on in, yeah, 3 Ultralisks. It's not enough. They need Baneling support, and that hatch goes down. Drones are on full evacuation right now. Is Time just going to be able to win this match? I'm looking at it. He's up. He's got a 20 supply lead over the Zerg player. Sure, that Thor's going to die, but it will take a lot of stuff with it. It's got 12 kills. That's some cost-efficient army stuff for sure. The Mutalisks aren't quite sure what to do. The Marine count is heavy enough, but the Marauder count is enough too, to where the Ultras aren't super effective, especially, again, in smaller numbers. That said, there are 6 of them now. He is making more Mutalisks, is Serral. He's decided more Mutas are going to be more helpful to him in the situation, but he's kind of getting pushed back. This attempt to take the Rich Vespine Geyser base, I feel like, might be in a bit of trouble here, as Time's marching over this direction. He's got armies on the left and the right sides of the map. Serral, obviously, same thing going on, right? Lower level players put all their army in F2, and their army goes wherever, you know, the army needs to go. Serral's like, get off my property. This is my base. Thank you very much. One of the Ultras dies. The Marauder count's just too heavy here. These Lings getting obliterated. And I think if we come down the ramp, you could probably take this base down. Does he know? He knows it exists. I'm not entirely sure what he's worried about here, though. He's really backing out. He really doesn't want to try to take this from Serral. He decides it's not worth it. I guess both sections of the army are on kind of this side of the map now. So maybe he's trying to, you know, go to the left side. The Muta count healthy. Oh, sniping ghosts with your Mutalisks is a killer move right now. The steady targeting is so good versus the Ultralisks, and if the steady targeting is gone, everyone is sad. Oh, killing some SCVs here and there. These Mutas at 19 minutes are really allowing Serral to kind of get his feet back out from under him here. He's replacing the 7th base. Kind of buying time. Oh, I don't mind getting free shots, free hits. Kind of allowing Time, you know, the Time to take this top left base as well. It's impossible to do an entire StarCraft cast with Time as one of the players and not make some kind of a Time pun. It's even if you're not intending to, there will be unintentional puns. So this is a beautiful Mutalisk attack. This top left base gets hit by Adrenal Gland 3/3 Lings, cracklings if you will. And before this becomes a planetary, the timings are sick. Has Serral just completely and utterly flipped this game on its head. He has Banelings crashing in to this third base. Mutalisks getting such great value. Ultralisks on top of the production for time all of a sudden. What just happened? Serral was down about 20 or 30 supply. Now he's up 50 supply. This whole army from time has to come all the way back home to try to deal with this. God, this reminds me so much of another ZVT that I've cast on this map. Just getting ultras in this production, and this is not as good as the other one I remember, but 25 SCVs killed. These Mutalisks are unstoppable. They're on a rampage right now. The income is really in favor of the Zerg player, as we can tell. Mutas are just in the hands of Serral. They are in the hands of a maestro. Okay, 19 of them have died, but there's still 14 at 20 minutes, which not many Zerg players can have that good of a ratio. Steady targeting, trying to connect here a little bit. Ling's cruising up. Again, this door is not even available to be closed anymore. Oh, that split off. Super good. Zergling's killing more SCVs because why not? Killing missile turrets at the stage because why not? Mutalisks keeping this army at home because the production needs to be clear. And then in the meantime, we have this happening. So many Banelings, but I guess the concave is beautiful here from time. Muta's going after this third base. Widowmine's burrowing in to try to help with it. Steady targeting, trying to deal with those two. We don't honestly see a lot of steady targeting against Mutalisks. Usually by the time Ghosts are out, it's Ultras. But Serral, again, a Mutalisk master, able to make use of them here at 21 minutes. Once again, the concave at the bottom of the ramp is just too much for Serral to get down there. The Mutas are just getting as much value as they can, especially killing Marauders. Instant, infinite value, because the Marauders can't shoot up at all. Time decides, all right, look, if you don't want to come down this ramp, I'm going to come up this ramp, kill this base for the second time today. Maybe try to kill some of these Banelings, but oh no, they're all hatching, but they're also running for their lives, which is good news for time, I think. Mutas are just owning this production facility. Ultras got up here first. They got wiped out. The Mutas are apparently invulnerable in this position, which is really terribly horrible. Ultralisks get up to the top left, cause some problems, as they like to do, and then they should be exterminated. And that's wow! And that is a good game. Serral is your winner in 22 minutes. What is even... Yeah, this top left base is in shambles. His production cannot be cleared. You'd think he doesn't have enough anti-air. Is that the problem? It's only 12 Marines and a Thor. And 3 Ghosts. Wow. Yeah, sometimes you just need to get on top of your opponent's production, especially if they're Terran. If you just sit here and kill stuff as it comes out for long enough, the Terran is going to feel really discouraged at that stage. These Ultras are coming down, really eyeing this planetary fortress. I mean, look, time had stuff at the end of the game, right? But this was just... He only had 43 workers. He ended up losing a total of 53 SCVs in 20 minutes. Did kill 30 drones. Did kill 6 hatcheries today, which is insanely good. Only lost 1 planetary. Usually, if you kill 6 hatcheries and 30 drones, you're going to do all right. But Serral's ability with the Mutalisks to make sure the production facilities were just not going to be able to produce viable units for time as he tried to make this push is rough. Really rough for time here. This base, again, gets killed. But this base is rolling. This base is rolling. This base is rolling. And time's attempt to get a new base getting shut down a couple times there. Definitely frustrating for him, right? He still has income from here and here. But that's pretty much it. The third base is a ghost town. He's only 2 base in it, and Serral's 1, 2, 3. I mean, even 4, because this one's been killed enough times. Yeah, it's hard to beat Serral when the income tab looks like this. Really difficult. So, good game for Serral. That's going to be it for time. And that is also going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.